This is Mandy Alonso. Now you're plugged in with Jay.
Yo, what's good? It's your homeboy T-Pain. Right now, at this very exact moment, you plugged in with Jay.
Plugged in with Jay right now. This is Jay O'Man.
Turn up.
My boy Jay Perry.
You're listening to my boy, Jay the Plug.
My boy, Jay the Plug.
You're listening to my boy, Jay the Plug.
You're listening to my boy, Jay the Plug.
You're listening to my boy, Jay the Plug.
Jay the Plug.
You got many winners from anyone.
You're listening to my boy, Jay the Plug.
Get plugged up, everybody.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome once again to another episode of Plugged In with Jay. I, of course, am the man in the top hat, Jay, here with a very special guest, Mandy Alonso, defensive tackle for the University of Virginia. How you doing, big fella?
Doing great. How about you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. The beard's looking sharp.
Yeah. Trying to.
Keeping that thing up looks nice. Well, welcome to the show, man. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I know you're busy getting ready for the NFL draft and everything coming up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. It's my pleasure. Before we get started with all the football stuff, I know you're a big family man. We'll get into all that as well. Tell us a few things about yourself that some might not know. I hit people with this question a lot, and sometimes I have to sit there and think a minute.
I'm a real introvert, so I don't really talk a lot. And I was a single child. I forget how to say it. That I was the only child, and both my parents, they came from Cuba, and I'm from Miami, Florida. So yeah, it's a little bit about me.
Okay, cool. You covered a bunch of the stuff I had to ask you. Thanks for being on the show. That's it. So you're a big family man. Which is always a great thing to see and hear. And whenever I hear about kids going into the draft and everything, I love hearing that type of stuff because I'm also a big family man. If you're comfortable with it, tell us about what it was like with your family growing up in Miami, Florida. Like you were saying, you're an only child, so you don't have too many siblings. You can talk about maybe cousins or something growing up, any mischief you got into. What was it like growing up in Miami, Florida?
I mean, it was fun. Miami's a different place. It was a real culture change when I came to Virginia because in Miami, just it's a lot of Latin people and there's a lot of different, a lot of diversity. And up here, in school, there's a lot of diversity, but it was just the culture is different, you know? And me being an American, it really, I really experienced the American lifestyle up here in Virginia. And I think it was real good for me, and I loved it. But yeah, growing up, me and my cousin Lucas, we always played sports. We always played whatever sport was around, and it's football especially. Me and my dad and him, we would go out in the front yard and play tackle football on the pavement, and it was. But and I was the older one, so I would always bully him. But yeah, that's how I really got into tackle football.
There you go. Yeah, man. Getting tackled on concrete probably made it a lot easier to take them hits or tackle people on the grass and the turf, I bet. Now, out of high school, you wanted to go to the University of Miami, correct?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine being part of the U. That's a lot of crazy stories coming out of there, I bet. But so tell us about the recruiting process that you went through and what made you ultimately decide on University of Virginia.
So what happened was that my dream school was Miami and any school in LA. And I never really got recruited out west, but Miami would always talk to me here and there, even when I was getting my first couple offers. And then once I started getting to the 20 to 25 offers, mm-hmm. and I had committed to Virginia, that's when Miami really started talking to me. And then I think it was when I was on my official visit, Louisville offered me. And I felt bad because I was already committed to Virginia, and I was on the official visit and they're texting me, and I feel like I'm cheating on a girl here. But and then when I get home, one of my old coaches that he coached at Miami now, he texted me. He was like, "Oh, how would you come on an official visit? And would you like to play at Miami?" And I was like, wow, he's really gonna throw this at me now. And then I told my parents, and my dad was like, you're already committed to Virginia. Let's go there. Like they wanted you from the start. So, and plus the school was great here, and like the coaches loved me. So I stuck with it, and I didn't even bother to go on an official visit to Miami.
Wow, man. Yeah, Miami, you missed out, man. Y'all came a little bit too late to the party.
Yeah, so here I go out.
That's great to hear that you stuck to your word. Like, you know, it's a lot of kids would have been like, look at this kid who just got done with LSU dancing around with Brian Kelly. You hear about that? Now he's going to Alabama.
Yeah, I saw his Instagram. I saw he had like the little video of him and Coach Kelly right after. It's like, I'm committed to Alabama.
Man, and I think it had something to do with Brian Kelly doing that whole thing. Like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
hit the gritty, and then, you know, maybe you can keep some recruits. That's terrible. I thought that was so messed up that he did that, man. But it's good to hear that, you know, there are actually guys out there that keep their word. So big on you, man. So it's the Virginia Wahoos, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I didn't get this wrong. You're one of the captains of the Virginia Wahoos. That's big, big pride in that, man. I can't imagine. What are the responsibilities that would come with having that C on your chest, man? I mean, I bet you had a ton of
them. Most of them were just like little like things that coach would ask, and they're like, but most of the time it was just like keeping the defense in check. Like me and Nick Jackson, who was another captain, it was just making sure like all the defensive members were like where they need to be, doing what they're supposed to do, and like keeping the locker room in check, which Coach Mendenhall was like halfway through the season, the locker room started looking a little bad. So he gave us a little text, and I had to go in there and fix all the lockers in like the middle of the night. And then he was like, all right, we can keep the lockers for the rest of the season. He threatened to have us practice, and then you go home and change and do all your stuff at home. And I was like, I'm not doing that. So yeah.
Right, man. They were going to take away your locker privileges?
Yeah, he was about to. But
you got to stay on your teammates, man. That's what captain badge means. I get it. That's great. You spent 4 full seasons with Virginia, correct?
Yes.
Awesome, man. Okay. Was there ever any temptation to leave for the draft early? Did you ever have anybody telling you, man, you should go ahead and bow out and declare for the draft early, just, you know, out of just getting you prepared for that or anything like that, like before, like in your 3rd year?
Last year, before, like when the COVID thing went on,
yeah,
like hearing like I should leave, or because like I was thinking about coming back and leaving, and I decided to stay 1 more year. But I was thinking about leaving last year, but I think it was a good decision on my part to come back, because like I came back in that off season, that was the best off season I've ever had, just like with workouts and spring practice. That was the best I've been, and my body was top shape. And it was real special. And plus I got a free master's degree out of it.
There you go. Nice. That's what I was going to ask you. What were you studying? What'd you get your degree in?
So my undergrad, I studied government and politics, and I graduated early. So I started my master's program early. And then when I was coming back, I was like, all right, let me just finish this master's program out, because it was a 1-year program. And then now I'm done.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's huge. So would you consider getting that master's degree as important as getting into the league?
On my scale, no. I think I put the league over the master's degree, but
love it.
But to each their own. But yeah, I definitely I'll put getting to the league over everything.
That's what's up. See, I love that answer, man. That's the best answer I've heard, because most people would be like, no, man, it's, you know, it means so much to get my degree and all that, which I'm sure it does. There's no questioning that. Parents always want, you know, I want to make sure you get a degree before you go do anything, but you answered it correct. You answered honestly. I love that, because I'll tell you what, if I'm trying to get into the league or any professional sport or anything like that, last thing on my mind is going to be getting a degree. So congratulations on getting that degree while you're working on going to that draft, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any memories from being at Virginia, whether it be on the field, in the locker room, just hanging out with friends, anything like that you hold close to your heart that you'll never forget, man? Anytime that you want to you're just sitting there watching TV or something and a memory pops into your head, what's your favorite memory?
I think the year we beat Tech in, I think it was 2019,
Okay.
we broke the streak, and like once, like I've never seen people like storm the field like that. Like they stormed the field during FSU that year too, but when we beat Tech, people went nuts, and it was the best feeling I've ever had in my life. And like even like on all the other games against Miami or whatever, that game, it means a lot to beat Tech, just because it was like a 26-year streak or something.
Man.
And like, yeah, and I only beat them once out of these past 4 or 5 years. And yeah, after the game, like I saw my parents, they started crying, I started crying. And then even after all that, we get to the locker room, and to see Coach like just in tears, and then he broke the rock. It was just, the team went crazy. And that was probably one of the best moment of my time here.
When you say broke the rock?
So after each win, we have like a rock with the logo of the opposing team.
Oh, dope.
And yeah, it was something that that Coach Grizz, he was our strength coach at the time,
Mm-hmm.
he brought over with him. And so every time we win, we break the rock, and like it'll be like the player of the game. But that time we got Coach to break it, because he's the only coach to beat Tech in a while.
That's cool, man. That's cool. What an honor. I bet he loved that. I bet he
Yeah.
loved it. Now you were talking about before, whenever you were a kid growing up, you wanted to go to U of M. You had a pretty good game against them, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah? Tell me about that.
I don't know. I was doing all right this like the first couple games of the season, and then once we played Miami, I went lights out for some reason. I don't know what happened. Like I knew I was gonna have a game. I always play well against Miami,
Yeah.
but yeah, and like before the game, I felt real good. Like Coach had brought us out for like warm-ups, which like, and we ran through like a bunch of drills, which we usually don't do. And like I was like, all right, damn, I'm pretty gassed at this point. But then we get to the first quarter, and like the whole defense is firing on all cylinders, and like everyone's feeding off each other. We're getting sacks here, left and right, and then I get the safety, and just like right before half, we weren't even up by that much, but like the defense, we felt like we were dominating so much that like we were juiced up, and like they had like three, like it was a big third down right before halftime, and I get like my second sack or something, and I went nuts. And then just the game on the field goal, it was crazy, because I can't even imagine if we would have lost. To me, having such a good game, I would have probably cried.
That's awesome, but I love hearing that. So you recently signed with GSE, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And good friend of the show, friend in real life, David E. Cantor, just a great individual, man. He I don't know if you've seen some of the deals that he's gotten for some of these players, but you're in good hands, man. So what take me through that? What was it like signing day?
We went to a restaurant, and we were just, I knew I was gonna sign with him, but like we went and ate with me and my dad, and him and Ness, and it was just a real good time. And like he didn't really have to pitch me anything. Like I know who he is. Like
yeah.
I know he's gonna take care of me no matter what. And that like, and he just said, for right now, like it's up to me on like where, like what I do, but he's gonna get my foot in the door and get me that contract when it comes. So yeah, I love David, I love Ness. Like they're good guys, and I know they're gonna do good by me.
Oh yeah, for sure. I guarantee it. David's a great guy. I got to know Ness over the years too. So yeah, definitely in good hands, man. Congratulations on that. You're gonna enjoy working with them a lot. So when you decided to declare for the draft, what was going through your mind? Like, I'm sure there's an obvious answer, but I always like to ask anybody who's like declared for the draft or after the draft actually happens, what you're doing, which I'm hoping to have you back on the show after the actual draft so we can discuss that. But so how excited were you? I mean, did you have a long talk with your parents, let them know what was going on, or they already kind of have an idea?
No, this has been my dream since I started playing football. So they knew this was the plan. Like, no matter what happens, like, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna declare for the NFL. So these next couple months are gonna be just really important. And depending on what happens, like, we'll see, and where I go and stuff like that. And we're gonna make something shake.
Yeah, man. Love it. So what kind of I'm sure you're doing some pretty hectic. Are you going through training right now? Like, are you getting ready for are you going to be I'm kind of curious, and forgive me, I'm kind of mumbling this and stumbling through this question. Do they issue an invitation to the combine?
No, I haven't gotten an invitation to the combine. So I'm just doing pro day at UVA.
Okay, perfect. And then that's the thing, though. I mean, it's not, from what I've witnessed and realized about combines and stuff. And when I was talking to David too in that interview that we did, combine isn't exact. I mean, it really doesn't make much of a as far as your draft stock whenever you have a good pro day. So that's good. When's your pro day?
It's March 23rd, I believe.
Okay, so that's coming up here pretty soon, man. Mm-hmm. Okay, we got to have somebody video you, man. I'd love to fly out and do it, but we got to get somebody to video you so I can start pumping you up, dude. Yeah. Are you nervous about the next step in your career? Are you nervous at all?
Not really, but I believe in myself, so that's all I really need. And I know, like, I'm gonna work hard, and as long as I get a shot and get like my foot in the door, like, I know I'm gonna beat out whoever's next to me, because I love competition. And like, whenever there was, like, when I first came here, I was like, I want to beat that guy for that spot. Like, no matter if like he's my boy or not, like, right. I want that. And like, that's the type of person I'm a real competitive guy. So just like, I'm excited to be around like a lot of good players, and hopefully that'll elevate my game.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Yeah. It's not personal, fellas out there. When Mandy takes your spot, it's not personal. It's business. That's all it is, man. So what kind of training are you doing right now? Like, do you have like specific lifts that you do? Like me, you're a big dude. I'm not anywhere like your size, of course, but like, I like to train and lift and stuff. And like, my main thing has always been kind of like the bodybuilder / powerlifting type of training. And I've known a couple football players I've taught, like Willie McGinnis. I've had him on the show talking to him about his working out, and he does a lot of bodybuilding type stuff because, like, to kind of keep him strong but fit. What kind of training do you do? Like powerlifting and stuff like that for your position?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of powerlifting, and our last strength coach, we used to do a lot of power cleans and stuff like that. Okay. But right now I'm training real heavy for the 225, and trying to get my legs right too.
There you go. Yeah, the 225, man. How many have you gotten so far?
36. I'm shooting for 40, but
holy shit.
Yeah.
36. God bless, bro. Good for you, man. God, yeah, you keep training by March. Do they do that at the pro day? That's another question. Do they try and do everything the same thing that they do at the combine for your pro day?
Pretty much the same stuff. Yeah.
Same stuff. Okay. So you'll be doing the bench and all, and the 40 and everything like that. Okay. Do you have anybody actually helping you train? I know like some players get these, like you got like with QBs, totally different position, but they'll get like Jordan Palmer and stuff. Do you have anybody helping you get trained and set up?
No, I just had a injury. So right now I'm rehabbing back at Virginia and training here. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Cool. How's everything going with the injury? Everything panning out pretty easy?
Yeah, it's panning out real good. And we're a little better schedule right now. So praying we get back real quick.
Had a kid. Good deal. Is there, growing up in Miami, were you a Dolphins fan? Who were you a big fan of? And do you have a specific team that you're hoping drafts you? Or you can do the political thing and be like, hey man, just to be drafted is blessing. I'll be, that'll be my new team. I'll be a fan of theirs. But is there anybody in the back of your mind that you're like, damn, that would be dope to be on that team?
I was a huge diehard Dolphins fan when I was growing up, but once I got to college, I kind of haven't been paying attention or like really following them as much. But I'm always going to be a Dolphins fan. But I would say the one team that I would love to be on, or like I would love to be on any team really. Like whoever drafts me to be in the NFL is a blessing, like you said. But I don't know. I play with Aaron Donald. Like I've looked up to him since he's been in the league, and I would love wherever he's at. They don't have to be the Rams. So
they'll probably make him a part of the Rams for a long time, dude. Yeah, you with Aaron Donald, hang it up. You, Aaron Donald, Vaughn. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Defense be. I mean, that would just be ridiculous, dude. That would be. So the Rams.
Yeah.
Or wherever Aaron Donald is, you want to play with Aaron Donald.
Wherever Aaron Donald is, yeah.
Aaron, I know you watch this show. Make that happen, man. You got to make that happen.
Yeah.
Have you been in touch with any NFL players that have been able to give you any advice or anything like that? Any kind of pep talk or anything getting ready for the league?
I talked to a bunch of guys that I played with here at Virginia that they're still in the league. Like Bryce Perkins, he's a backup QB for the Rams.
Okay.
And Joe Reed, he plays for the Chargers. And Andrew Brown, he was a D lineman, and he plays for the Chargers as well. So I've kept in touch a good deal with them, and yeah, they let me know that it's gonna be tough. Like, but yeah, they just they say to keep working and just when you get a shot, like you gotta make the most out of it,
Yeah, absolutely, man. And getting to talk to you and seeing what's crazy is nowadays with social media and everything, like after you answered me, I started doing some research and things like that. And you kind of get to know people, which is weird to say, through their social media and stuff. And everything that I've seen, I think you're definitely going to make the most of any opportunity that you get, which you obviously have already, Captain. So I've got nothing but high hopes for you and all the support in the world for you, bud. There's one thing that, as I was telling you, I was just speaking with a Kenyon Barner earlier today, and I always ask my NFL players, anybody that I get blessed enough to talk to, like if they have any advice for anyone going into the draft or anybody being new to the NFL. And he stated this, and I thought this was a pretty cool piece of advice. If I can read my own handwriting here, don't let your talent get you somewhere that your personality can't keep you there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it sounds to me like you've got all the talent in the world to get wherever you want, and you definitely got the personality and the what's the word I'm looking for? Just the right head on your shoulders to keep you wherever you land, man. So I've got nothing but like I said, high hopes for you. Good luck with everything, Mandy, man. I'm really excited for you, dude. Really am.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. And I wanted to talk to you real quick, and then I'll let you go because I know you're a busy man. You're a big family man. Your parents, from what it sounds like, they had one hell of a life getting over here, man, and doing everything for you. Like, they're obviously very supportive, great people. If you don't mind, tell us a little bit about them.
So they both came from Cuba when they were real young.
Mm-hmm.
My dad came when he was a little older, but he over, and they grew up real poor in Miami, really right by where the Dolphins play. But yeah, my dad, he was an addict, and
Okay.
he's in Narcotics Anonymous now for I think 31 years maybe.
Oh wow.
But, yeah,
good for him.
I grew up going to like those meetings and stuff, and me and my mom as well. But yeah, my mom, she took me to like all the practices in Pop Warner. Like my dad really sacrificed a lot of like time and energy, like taking me to those games and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
man.
just I'm their only kid, so they put a lot of time and love into me. And my dad, he still calls me to this day like 10 times a day. And oh, but yeah, I talk to him every day, multiple times a day, and they're supportive in whatever I do, and like whether that be football or anything else, like they have my full support, or I have their full support.
Obviously, and vice versa. Obviously, yeah, good for dad, man. That's incredible. What a journey going through some stuff like that. So he's been clean and sober for 31 years, 30 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow,
A lot
man.
more than I've been alive. So
Yeah. That's
yeah,
fantastic, man. Big props to Pops. That's fantastic. And awesome for mom for sticking with him and helping him.
he
That's
got the
huge.
bad, but it ended up working out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Mandy, I can't thank you enough for being on the show, bud. This has been great. I really appreciate you, man. I can't wait to have you back on. You got to say it into the camera. You're going to come back on the show after the draft.
I'll be back here after the draft.
My man, everybody out there just heard that. So, Mandy, I appreciate you, bud. Thank you so much, man. Good luck with the draft. Good luck in all your preparation for the draft. Good luck with rehabbing the injury that obviously is probably stronger than it was before you got hurt. Everybody needs to take note of my man, Mandy Alonso. Thank you so much, buddy. You have a great rest of your evening, all right?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, buddy. My pleasure.